want to talk about his finances looking forward. He was, as you said, a billionaire, according to Forbes. He then slid down to about 880 million. I mean, that's nothing to cry over because that's still just a vast amount of money. But do you think that he will join the billionaire club once again?
Well, if the stock analysts of Roivant are to be believed, then yes, he will. There are about 10 analysts covering Roivant, and nine of them have a buy on the stock. One has a hold. Shares were trading at about $9 yesterday, and the average price that these analysts have for Roivant's stock, their target price, is over $16 a share. So, uh, if that were to be the case, then yes, he would be comfortably a billionaire if the stock can regain some ground that it's lost over the last couple months. It will depend on the company's pipeline of drugs. So Roivant's business model is to buy up promising drug candidates that have been discarded by large pharmaceutical firms and to try to bring those drugs to market. Counterintuitively, one of the reasons Roivant's stock has dipped of late is because it sold one of its most promising drugs to Swiss pharma giant Roche in a $7.1 billion deal. Now, you might think, well, that's great for Roivant. They're getting, 7 billion plus in cash. That should, help its outlook. But, the analyst I spoke with yesterday told me about how the anticipated success of this drug, which treats irritable bowel syndrome, was already factored into Roivant's high valuation, and that investors really thought it was going to be a driver of long-term cash flow for the company. Instead, you get this kind of one-time hit with a big $7 billion infusion, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be part of Roivant's portfolio for a long time because they're divesting it. So, there are a few other candidates that Roivant has in its pipeline, but they're long-term time horizon type drugs. And they're also engaged in litigation over patents around mRNA used in COVID vaccines. So if that litigation goes Roivant's way, that could potentially also provide a financial boon. But again, that's a litigation is a multi-year process. So it could be a bit before Roivant's stock climbs back to the prices needed to vault Vivek into the billionaire ranks. But equity markets can be unpredictable too, so it could be sooner than that as well.